Hey guys, today's video is all about the DoorBird Video IP Door Station. Not only is it a video intercom, but it also acts as a doorbell and an access controller. So in today's video, we're gonna be going ahead and opening it up. I'm gonna go ahead and test it out. We're gonna review it. I'm even gonna show you guys how to install and set it up. But before we get into that, if you happen to be new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. And if this video helps you guys out whatsoever, you find value in it, give me a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate that. Let's go ahead and get into the review. Okay, so let's skip ahead and show you the DoorBird at a glance. The DoorBird is made from thick stainless steel and really feels premium, like it's gonna hold up to the elements with ease, which is really nice from a high-end product like this. And starting from the top, the DoorBird is equipped with an ultra-wide 180-degree HD camera and an onboard motion sensor. It also houses 12 infrared LEDs for night vision, and the night vision can be manually toggled on via the app. A little further down on the DoorBird, you'll see quite a few things going on, so let me explain. We have a speaker and a microphone setup as you would expect from a video intercom, but if you look closely, there's also a light sensor and two hidden security screws, and we use these to secure the DoorBird into its recessed housing. Okay, so here's what comes inside the box. You're going to find an installation manual equipped with wiring diagrams, as well as a step-by-step installation instruction, a digital passport, which is something that you'll want to hold on to till the end of the install, as it does have the crucial login credentials that you'll need to later pair your DoorBird with the network inside your app, a power transformer with 4 different adapters depending on where you live in the world. You will see a couple tiny red cables which are used to connect the doorbell chime, and then you're going to see a key fob for easy access control, and rounding things off, we're going to see the DoorBird recess mounting bracket as well as the DoorBird itself. Continuing along, we see a built-in RFID reader and a 4D motion sensor, and at the very bottom, a backlit call button, which is really nice and it feels premium. So you previously heard me mention the word access control, and what's really unique about this DoorBird is that it can remotely control not only your front door, but it can also do your gate or even your garage door. And while there are a few different models, this particular one that I chose, it does have 2 different switching relays, and they're both individually configurable. Now, one big setback to video door intercoms is typically they don't last very long, especially if you live in extreme temperatures like the heat or the snow. Now, DoorBird does state that their product is both frost and heat proof, as well as IP65 rated, which really intrigues me. And I happen to live in a very intense desert climate. And on average, I'd say the temperature is between 105 and 110 in the summer. So I really mean intense. And I do have my reservations because even though it is stainless steel and it's really nice build quality, I could definitely see that getting really hot rather than plastic in the middle of the day during the summer. I'll be sure to update you guys periodically if the DoorBird actually can hold up to this harsh desert environment. One of the coolest features on the DoorBird is the fact that it has that 4D motion sensor built in. So this means it not only senses motion by distance, but also by direction. So for example, if we set up our DoorBird directionally towards my house, it will not set off alerts if someone's walking their dog up and down the street or every time a car rolls by, but rather when someone walks towards my house, not across my house. In a nutshell, it really solves the issue of getting a bunch of unnecessary motion alerts. While you're out and about and busy, you don't care every time a car passes. You just want to know if someone comes up to or onto your property. So what attracted me to the DoorBird the most is the fact that it has such great native and seamless integrations. The DoorBird was designed to work with many other operating systems, which gives me a ton of options for viewing and controlling my front door. And because the DoorBird does have that open API, it allows home automation control through companies like Crestron, Control4, Savant, just to name a couple of the big ones, but really so many more other companies can get in as well. And I'm currently doing an entire smart home at my house, so the plan is to have the DoorBird integrated into my smart home, and that's why I ultimately decided to purchase this product. The other thing I like is not only is there a DoorBird app which I can view history, events, and real-time live viewing on my IP door station, but I can also simultaneously integrate the DoorBird into my IP surveillance system that I already have at my house. So this is going to allow my doorbell intercom to function just like any other IP camera, which is really great. Now let's go ahead and dive into the installation and setup process. Installing the DoorBird can be a bit challenging and, quite frankly, even a bit intimidating. And if you don't feel comfortable with the steps I'm about to show you, make sure you contact a professional integration company and have them do it for you. Before you get started, for your safety, I would recommend eye protection and gloves because you're going to get dust in your eye and your hands are probably going to get all cut up, as you'll see in this installation. First things first, you're going to want to remove that standard doorbell out of the wall and then go ahead and create an outline on the wall where you want your DoorBird to be installed. It's important to keep in mind where the studs are located behind the wall. That way you can try to avoid these while you're making your cut. And then also just be sure to take your time when you're measuring and leveling out your template. You really want to do the cut one time and do it right because stucco and stainless steel are not very forgiving. Next up, you'll need to grab a grinder to cut out the space where you want your DoorBird housing to be inserted. Be sure to take your time and make a clean incision, and you really don't want to overcut out the stucco because you don't want to add stucco repair and paint to the agenda after the install. After you've made your cut, go ahead and remove the stucco and check to make sure that the back plate fits snug and level. Go ahead and run the cables through the back punch out of the back plate and then screw the back plate in for a secure fit. After that, we're ready to run our wires. Keep in mind whether you're going to want to do the PoE or if you need to run a cable for the power transformer. Make sure you have your door chime cable, and then if you're going to do anything with the access control, you're going to want that as well. And of course, the network cable, get all of that in there. Running the cable should be fairly easy considering the large hole you now have in the side of your house. But I'd still recommend that you go down to your local hardware store, grab the appropriate cable running tools that you think you'd need, like a hook, glow rods, fish tape, things like that. And once you've run all the appropriate cables, I'd recommend taping them together. That way none of them will fall through the wall while you're installing the bracket. After that, you're clear to start wiring up your DoorBird appropriately. You'll want to make sure that you connect the power and the internet. Make sure you do not plug in that power transformer into your wall outlet until you are completely done wiring up your DoorBird, because that is an electrical hazard and you don't want to hurt yourself or others. Also, don't forget about the doorbell cable and access control cables if you're planning on using those. After you've wired it all up, we can go ahead and fit our DoorBird into the recessed housing and go ahead and anchor it down using the hidden security screws in the speaker grill. From this point, we're going to want to download the DoorBird app, which is available on the iOS and Android, and now it's time to plug in the DoorBird to network and to power. After you've downloaded the app, you'll simply open it up, select Add Device. Next, you're going to scan the QR code provided in the setup packet, and it will automatically find your new DoorBird with the unique login credentials. Simply name the DoorBird, for example, front door, and then hit save. For some reason, mine didn't register as online the first time, so I simply unplugged it, allowed it to do a hard reset, plugged it back in, and after that, it paired seamlessly, and I was all done. So even though these features were sounding really amazing on paper, now that I have my product installed, I was really eager to find out how much of a delay there would be between the motion alerts and then the doorbell alerts ringing into my app and alerting me on my cell phone, because I've used plenty of other video doorbells in the past, and it just seems like there's always a huge latency issue, and by the time I get to my app and get it all open and then the video loads up, it seems like I'm already missing out on whoever rang the doorbell in the first place, so it kind of defeats the purpose and it's really frustrating. So for my first test, I went around the side of my house, walked up from the street all the way up the driveway and then to the front door. I have my phone out, as you can see, just so you guys can real time see what the alert looked like. It seemed like it waited till I got pretty darn close to alert me, so maybe I'll have to modify those motion sensor a little bit just so I can get a little more sensitivity out of it. But as you can see, it was like 3 to 4 seconds of latency. Pretty quick, not too bad. Next up, I waited, I closed out the app, completely dead, not open on my phone, went ahead and hit that doorbell button, and again, it was about a 3 to 4 second delay before I opened it up on my phone, and as you can see, the video actually does pop up pretty instantaneously. Now, we are keeping in mind that I was on the same network here, so I don't know if that has something to do with it, but upon initial testing, it seems like it's going pretty quick. I'm pretty happy with those results. As far as video quality and clarity goes, I am not overwhelmed. In fact, I'm very underwhelmed by this supposed HD camera. It kind of seems like it's a very low end 1080p. Not really impressed with it, but it does get the job done. And the night vision seems to do pretty good. I mean, the night vision's good. It's just that the clarity's not the best. As far as their claim to a 180-degree ultra-wide lens, I found that to be a bit misleading, especially considering the fact that when I was measuring it out, there is 4 to 5 inches of dead space from the wall to the first view of the camera. So it's not exactly 180 degrees. It's extremely wide, but I wouldn't call it 180 degrees either. Overall, after having this product for about a week or two, I'm pretty impressed with it. I'd say that this is the nicest video doorbell intercom I've ever personally seen. I love the build quality. If it stands up to this intense summer that's coming up, I'll let you guys know, because that's going to be a big key indicator of whether this product is worth the purchase or not. The installation is extremely difficult, especially considering the fact that you're going to have to saw out a major chunk of your stucco, run cabling, multiple cables at that. So it kind of seems like you need professional installation if you're not really handy. But other than that, the features, the integration, the build quality, all that put together, this is a really awesome product. I definitely recommend it. It's on the higher end of the price point, and you may have to hire an integrator to install it. But other than that, pretty awesome stuff. Alright guys, that's going to round off today's video. If you liked this video, like I said, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much for visiting my channel, and if you guys have something that you want me to review next, just let me know about it down in the comment section below. But until I see you guys on the next video, we out.